Hi, you are watching SightsIn Plus, and this is Romesh Shivastu. Please to subscribe the channel for the HR news, for HR updates, and conversation with the top-notch CHROs, thought leaders, and business heads. Today, we are going to discuss the workplace trend for year 2025, and we will try to dive deep at how the generative AI is transforming the workplace culture. Joining us, Mr. Jason Andersen. He is the Vice President Product at OC Tanner. Welcome, Jason, and it's a really pleasure to connecting with you.
Thank you. Equal pleasure's mine as well, Ramesh. Thank you for having me.
Jason, very first, I would like to know that according to you, how do you anticipate the workplace trend for this year, 2025?
Well, some of the trends will just be continuations of some things that we've seen. We've got a new generation, the Zens, that are joining the workforce, which really, if you think about that, that's adding a fourth generation now to the workforce. This generation is highly adaptable. They've grown up with smartphones, social media. This group really values diversity and inclusion. Now, what's also interesting about this group, and I would add a lot of millennials, this group, these groups actually are reporting extreme levels of isolation despite being connected digitally like never before. And then you couple these generations with the expectations and experiences of the Xers and the boomers, it's an incredibly diverse workforce, especially for larger companies. And that's something that companies are having to work through as they think about their people strategies. I'd also say that hybrid work has really just permanently altered the expectation for flexibility and work arrangements, really to help maintain people's work-life balance. Employees are choosing and have chosen, but they're going to continue to choose employers who offer more remote work options, flexible work hours, balanced opportunities with their career development. And we really believe this is also fueling another trend, which is more gig economy. People are opting for freelance work and contract work and part-time work, all to really help meet that desire for flexibility and autonomy. Now, from a company's perspective and a macro trend, it becomes really difficult to connect people and experiences in these distributed workforces. So it becomes really a challenge with less in-person time. And then the third thing, Ramesh, that I wanted to mention is something that we exposed in our recent 2025 Global Culture Report. I would say this is a reality in the workplace that it's also leading to a trend. And the reality is there's a big difference between employees who are merely surviving at work and those who are able to thrive. So our research showed that really almost a third of employees are in survival mode. That means they're struggling to meet their basic needs. That includes things like adequate compensation, but also things like physical and mental health benefits and their sense of belonging. And of course, when those needs are unmet, employees are experiencing anxiety, uncertainty in their work, and all of that leads to poor performance. And so we're finding that companies are adding programs and processes to a total rewards framework to help address some of those survival needs so that they can layer on top of that those thriving aspects, things like providing flexibility and opportunities for growth and a culture that values and appreciates employees. So these are the things that are, larger companies are dealing with, but the more progressive ones are thinking of a total rewards framework to be able to create this environment where people can thrive. Now we're here to talk about AI, and of course, we're seeing the rise of AI-enabled solutions to really help companies and leaders proactively address these opportunities to create the thriving workplace. AI is still a nascent technology, but we at OC Tanner, we're already utilizing it within our products. We're using it to become more productive in our day-to-day work, but we're also building it into our tools so we can help our clients utilize AI to create better workplace experiences.
Beautifully, you have explained, Jason, and what I'm taking over here, you're talking about the new generation, so that is the millennial and Gen Zs as well, and total, work population that may be around 90 to 95%. And as you rightly said, that they're looking for the flexibility, more autonomy, and you have also highlighted very important point of your OC Tanner report that thriving, it's a time for the thriving, not just to survive. So from surviving to thriving, this is what the work population is looking right now. Very great, very great. And you have also touched another important element that is in total reward, we need to also relook and there should be some sense of care. That is also very important. Jason, being a company that is working on the workplace culture, I have seen also the report. So, how do you see the artificial intelligence is transforming the workplace culture currently?
AI is incredibly powerful and thrilling technology. I mean, I'm so grateful to be able to utilize it, see it making a difference within my career, and I can't wait to see where it goes. But it comes with it also with AI and with the excitement of AI, still comes some challenges with security and trust and privacy. Those are the things that also are coming along with AI. So we're stepping carefully into this. But there are things that can be done, and it'll only increase in terms of impact and reach. But there are things that can be done with security, with trust, and addressing privacy concerns that we've begun to build into our platform to try and help companies that we work with. So, for example, we're leveraging social connections that we can derive through AI to find how people are connected informally to each other throughout the organization. That starts to point to opportunities for us to engage someone that you may not report to or a peer of yours on a team, but rather somebody else that you're connected to in the organization when it comes time to celebrate, for example, a service anniversary, or for you to invite people to comment when you've had a life event. As a manager, I may not know how you're connected to everyone, and so those are examples of how we can leverage that. We can also use AI to help improve the impact of recognition messages. Take something that's well intentioned and they make their best effort. What can we do to elevate that to truly make it an impactful moment? We also are finding that mining the data, and this is the power, of course, of AI, to find the populations that can use a communication, very targeted communication, help customize that experience for them and personalize it so they begin to take the right action at the right time to deliver the right results. Now, of course, when we do all this well, we can use AI to talk about the impact that we're having. We can couple that with other data that they have within their organization or that we're collecting for them to talk about the cultural impact that we're having. Examples of that are the flight risk dashboard that we have and an employee job transitions dashboard that you mentioned as well. Those are examples of ways that we're able to use AI to actually show clients the impact that they're having or that their programs are having on engagement and employee sentiment.
Very rightly said. Yeah, definitely. Now we have the technology, and the computer is telling us that who is engaged, who is at the risk of leaving the organization. You have these all the data, and you have also put it here the job transition. That is also very important. Sometime onboarding from here, the experience starts, the employee experience that starts after the candidate is selected, then joining, then how I was also reading about your culture intelligence. This is also AI embedded kind of tool. Would you please tell me about culture intelligence?
Sure. And culture intelligence is really an umbrella name that we've given to all of the tools and capabilities we built in to help this employee experience. It stems the breadth of experiences that I just referred to, the way that we can connect people to each other in ways that aren't obvious through direct reporting relationships. It's ways that we mine the data to be able to engage the right people at the right time to do the right action to get the right outcomes, being much more targeted. We're not using general messaging, we're using very targeted messaging to drive the right kinds of activities. And the fun thing about that, Ramesh, is that we're all busy, but a well-intended, a well intentioned leader wants to know what they can do. And if you can make it so easy for them to know where there's an opportunity, what they can do about it, and make it a one click away, they actually really welcome that kind of communication because we make it a lot easier to make the connections that they want to make anyway. So culture intelligence is really it's a breadth of ways that we're leveraging data to engage people, to elevate those experiences, and then also to be able to report out on the impact of those experiences.
So that is a great platform that is going to help you to engage the employees, and it also going to help you to understand that who is about to leave the organization, so that you can take the actions, and maybe you can seek that employee for the organization. And I was also reading maybe some recognition coach. This is also one generative AI tool I was reading in your OC Tanner report. So would you please tell me what is this?
The recognition coach. Yeah. So that's also one of our tools that comes in the culture intelligence suite. The recognition coach is a tool that takes a message that you have written and offers you offers you some coaching. Would you like to improve your message? That allows the user or the writer of the message to opt in, which we think is a really important aspect of AI. It should be permission based. You should know what's happening. And so after I've written a message, I can ask for some coaching. And the tool then goes through, or the AI process is it takes what you've written and then it runs it through an engineered prompt that helps identify the opportunities to improve it. And we look at five aspects of effective recognition. We look, could it be more specific? Could it be more inclusive? How do we make it more purposeful, meaningful, and sincere? And can we avoid any bias or exclusionary language in the message? And so we run it through that prompt, and then we coach the person. Hey, great job. Here's some opportunities that we think you can improve. And here's a sample of what that might look like. And so we actually give them a modified message that they could use in writing it. So that's how that works. And we're finding dramatic usage of that tool. Over 80% of people are invoking that coach to see if it can improve what they're doing. And hey, if they wrote a great message, it'll just congratulate them on a well-written message, and it doesn't provide any suggested modifications. So it's a challenge that I throw out to everyone. See if you can do better than the coach, or get the coach so it doesn't have to prompt you for any improvements. But we're finding it's really elevating. Most often, the way that it makes it sincere, adding names to it, as well as the specificity that elevates the impact of recognition in those writings. So that's how that works.
So, absolutely, no doubt, recognition is very important if you're looking for the engagement of employee. And but I'd like to know also that how this generative AI tools these are going to help in making more impactful recognition, and how maybe the simple thank you they are converting into the impactful and engaging the employees.
Yeah, well, it starts with is a person actually noticing great work and doing something about it? If you're a leader, if you're a coworker, there's something new to your team, the communications that we send out and the intelligent alerts help engage the right people at the right time. Now, once you come there and you want to give recognition, that's when the recognition coach really can elevate that. So, I mean, for example, if I said, Ramesh, thanks for setting up this great interview. Really appreciate the opportunity to work with you. That's sincere, but it lacks some of the specifics that you brought to this experience that's elevated, or any work experience that you have. The more specific that you can call out their contributions, why they made a difference, it helps elevate their understanding of some of their strengths, and it speaks more deeply to them and feels more personal. And so that's often the coaching that's provided, is to find an example of what it is that they did, articulate that for them. And just that one thing alone, modification to a message, elevates that experience. And so we find that it's in the moment coaching, but it transcends just that one moment. It starts to teach me as a giver or a communicator, how do I actually communicate in a way that feels more genuine, um, more specific, more, creates those elements of purpose and so on, that's going to elevate those experiences. So it's not just in that moment we're giving it in our platform, we're also educating you for your ongoing communications, be it whatever channel, could be face to face, in an email communication, or within our platform.
Jason, you also highlighted in conversation that job transition, that is also very important. Here we see also the employee experience, and this job transition is not only for the new hires. This is also when we look for the internal mobility. Maybe someone is promoted to new role, higher role, any another shift is there in the job. So there's a new team, and that is not very easy. Do you have also any AI tool, any AI platform that helps to this onboarding part?
Absolutely. I mean, you mentioned the employee job transitions. This is an example where because we receive that data from our customers, we know when there's a new employee that's joined the organization. We know when there's a new manager because they just became a leader. They've changed roles in some way, or a person's changed a department. And those are all critical transitions for their opportunities. They're opportunities because you know that someone who is new in those roles or whatever is wanting to make a difference. They want to feel like they belong. They want to feel like they can be successful. And recognition has that powerful impact. So we leverage the data that we get from our customers to be able to be aware when someone is joining the organization, new to a team. And then we use our intelligent alerts to alert them, hey, there's an opportunity here, leader, to make a connection. Recognize them in a team meeting, have a conversation with them, let your team know and encourage recognition to be given. So those are all ways that we nudge a leader around somebody who is new to their team. And I'll add, those are new entrants, but there's also those who are at risk of leaving an organization. And we also can provide visibility into departments or other segments within an organization to show what recognition impact is having on those who are leaving. Lack of recognition equates to greater flight risk. And so we can actually show you the segments that are in some of the danger zones, let's call it that. And those represent opportunities to do something. So again, it's just leveraging that data to put the right information in front of the right person at the right time so they can do something about it and just make that super easy.
So complete transition dashboard and very innovative idea, very innovative tool. And just so now, if you see the AI and automation and the integration of artificial intelligence and automation, this is the big challenge, I think, for all the industries and for all the domains as well, not only for the HR, for everyone, that is other functions, maybe the finance or any other. What would be your advice? How they can integrate the generative AI, how they can integrate with the automation in this year, 2025? What would be your advice for them?
Well, I think many companies are in the same place and they're aware of AI. They're seeing it show up in some of their apps they're using personally on their phones and so on. But understanding how that can affect the workplace is a critical, important step for 2025. Companies who are not investing in these tools and in training to help their people know how to safely and appropriately use this technology are quickly going to fall behind. And I would offer a personal challenge to anybody out there. If your company's not doing this, there's so much information that you can leverage to learn and educate yourself. Now, of course, within a work environment, you need to be smart about that. You need to be careful with privacy and work within the bounds that your company has set for you. But this is a year of learning. This is a year of application. This is a year of seeing the impact that can be delivered through AI, and that will start to create a foundation of knowledge and of understanding of this technology so that we can explore as a provider new opportunities to apply this on behalf of our customers. Of course, our customers are working with their providers and within their own organizations to apply AI to become more productive. And it's not about productivity. I guess that's one of the things I love about AI. This isn't just about productivity. This is about elevating experience. And I would say that, as I think about OC Tanner's approach to that, we're being very careful not to just put more work on the backs of a manager or coworkers. We're talking about elevating experiences. We don't want to replace that human touch. We want to enhance that human touch and use AI, at least in our application, to do that. There'll be other tools that are about efficiency, of course, but with OC Tanner, the fact that we focus on culture, we're trying to make sure that those tools are applied to help elevate and enhance that human touch.
So I love the word that this is enabling the experience with the human touch. So that is really very important. And we have been trying to discuss that how the AI is transforming the workplace culture, how it is helping in engaging the employees to retaining your employees, and how you can retain and save your employees when they are about to leave the organization. So really, this is very interesting. Jason, anything else which is really important and we did not touch here? Any concluding remark here?
Maybe I was making a couple of comments. With the concerns and all of the appropriate concerns around security and so on, I would just encourage you to work through that. Find ways to start small and safely and build that foundation of knowledge within your organization. Work with your partners to find ways that they can assure you of the security and so on to be able to open this up. The impact that it's having is profound. I'll give you an example. When we're able to target an email message using AI, we got a 96% open rate with 7 times more leaders recognizing and eight times more team members being recognized. When you see the impact that that personalized experience can have, it's hard to unsee that and to think we could do it in any other way. So just be open to it, embrace it, and hopefully you all begin to experience some of the benefits that it can bring.
Thank you so much, Darshan, for sharing your wonderful ideas, talking about your AI-enabled tool, which are helping for the workplace culture, enabling the better experience. Thank you so much, Jason. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.